Hello, welcome back. In the previous video, we've looked at how to print out the values in our array using a for loop, and we also looked at how to load file data from a file. We look at the name.txt file where we loaded a single name, and we also loaded another one using the scanner.next learn. Now, before we get started with our little assignment explanation, I want to point something out. When we declared an integer array, I said that initially, if you are here to initialize the value, if you are here to assign each index their value, the array will be populated with what values of 0. And when we also created an array of boolean, all the values in the boolean index will be equal to false. However, we have an array of string and we have name list right here. So a string is quite different from these primitive data types. So a string, when an array of type string is created, it is populated with what is known as null. So because it's an object, it is referring to null. So if I try to print out name list at index 0, you see that the value I will be having on my console will be what? Will be null. Okay, and let me run this program just to show you what I'm trying to say. Let's give it some time. Okay, our build is done and you can see the value null printed out. The reason is because string is different from primitive type. String is an object, so if we have an array of objects and we are here to initialize the array, then the array is populated with a value known as null. It means that there is nothing at that index. However, when we now assign name list at index 0, a string variable, I'll just use a name, Joshua. Then you'll see that it won't print out null again, but it will print out the name Joshua because we have assigned the index a value. So that's basically what I have to say on the string type. Now we are going to move on to the matter of the day, as the issue we have at hand. So being the captain of the group, and the group is made up of 100 or different members, and you've been asked to write the names of every participant in the group, that's every member of the group, given the file, given their name. You have to include them you have to write them out in a program and print the names. Now we have our name.txt file here. I just decided to add names to the previous one. In the other video we just had 10 names, so I made it 100 because we are having 100 members in the group. So I just want to make a clear and perfect example. Now this 100 names right here is the name of the group members, and we recently saw how to read from a file using the scanner class. Now, to load the names of each student from this list, we are going to create an array list, and we are going to create an array of type string, and then we are also going to create a scanner object that will be reading these names from the file. So with that's stated already, so you can go ahead and create a string variable and call it names of group members equals to, sorry, I have to include our brackets just to make sure that we are declaring an array, equals to new string. Remember, we have 100 participants, so the length of our array will be 100. We can put our semicolon. Now we've declared what our array already, so declaring this array implies that the number of names that will be stored inside of this array variable will be what, 100. Now we can go ahead and just declare our scanner class at first. Just import the package, and we can go ahead and use our for loop. You can say for int I equals to 0, I is less than names group dot length I plus plus, and we have our bracket. Now before this line of code, we have to initialize our scanner class, so we'll use the scanner equals new scanner. Remember how we loaded a file before. We use the new keyword followed by file, then we specify the name of our file in the form of a string. So I'm going to also import the file class, and we have the file right there, and now we need to specify what the name of the file, which is simply names.txt and semicolon again. Now we have on this error here. This error is the file not found exception that I told you earlier that this statement can throw, because we are trying to load the file. Just in case the file is not found, this error will be thrown. So we have to surround this with the try catch statement like we did previously. So we say surround with try catch. Now you can see we are also getting used to this block scope. If I'm to define the scanner class inside of, if I'm to declare the scanner class inside of this block, then I won't be able to access the scanner object outside of the block. So that's the reason for declaring the scanner class at first in this point, is due to the fact that I want to be able to access it from outside of this block, just to remind you of scope, block scope. So now we have our for loop already. Now we are going to start loading the names from our names.txt file using the scanner.nextLine function. So at first we'll say names of group member. Remember, I is our loop control variable, is equal to scanner.nextLine, and that's it. We have just this statement. It reload all the names inside of our name.txt file and store inside of our array. The reason is because of, as the for loop continues to run, the index is changing and is assigning to it a new value using the scanner.nextLine class. So in the very first stage, it checks the first line. In the next one, checks the next line. When the loop is run the third time, it checks the next line again. That's how it works. That's how the nextLine function works. So we can go ahead and print out all the names on our list using the for statement again. So we say int I equals to 0, I is less than names of group member.length I plus plus names of group member. And since we just have one statement, there's no need to wrap it in a block. I'll do the same thing right here. Now I'm gonna run the program. I'll run the program. Okay, as you can see, we have all the names printed out in the exact order it is in our names.txt file. As you can see, we have Odelia, Mel, Card, Dottie, Wayne, Bobby, and it's the same. It follows the same pattern and the same approach. So as you can see, this is how we can load data from a file and also populate our array with that data. Now there is really no need for this second for loop, so I'll delete the for loop and I'll surround the whole of this in a block. Okay, we have a block right here. Let me move this one. Okay, now it's still going to do the same thing. I don't just want to use two different for loops, just to let you know that you can use a single for loop. Okay, we still have the same output. So as you can see, you've solved the problem already with just few lines of code and just using a single variable which is of type array. You have been able to get the names of each members in the group and you have been able to store it in a list, so you can refer to this list at any time and then print out the name or run whatsoever operation you want to run on the variable, on the names of the group members. So that's it, and thank you for watching. In the next video, we are going to be looking at how to access values randomly in an array. So I have another task and we are going to be pretty much fixing the challenge and solving the challenge together in the next video. Just try wrap your head around some things and see. The question goes like this. Now we have the group members already, and we also have a competition coming up. We have our list already in an array, but we need 5 members of the group to represent our group in the competition. We have other different groups, other groups that are also competing, but we need 5 members from our group to represent us. Now this time around, we don't want to handpick those 5 members. We want to choose these 5 members randomly, so we can just have a random selection of these 5 different members. So I want you to go ahead and think of a way to solve this puzzle, then can come back and we'll see the next video and we'll solve this video using random access. So thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Give me a thumbs up and also turn on the notification bell. Once again, thanks. Peace out.